Namaskar. Welcome to Hamska Academy. This is Seshu Chira, welcoming you back to Hamska Academy. Today, let us learn about the Congress of Vienna session. In the Congress of Vienna session, something happened that time because in Russian Revolution, when we are discussing about the radicals, the conservatives, or the liberals, there it is clearly discussing about the Congress of Vienna session. So today we need to understand what happened during the Congress of Vienna session. In the Congress of Vienna session, something happened very seriously. That's why in the Russian Revolution, the radicals and the conservatives or the liberals had chosen different paths and they want a revolution. Why and what happened in the Congress of Vienna? Let me quickly take you to the presentation. So, Congress of Vienna session. Where did this session happen? It happened at the place Vienna, which is the capital city. Now, what happened at that time? Why the Congress of Vienna session plays an important role even today in the Russian Revolution? See, after the defeat of Napoleon, a conference of the heads of the European countries was held at Vienna in 1815. So, we are talking about the conference which happened in Vienna, the Congress of Vienna. The Congress had the members from different countries. Who are the members? Emperor Francis I and Metternich from Austria, the Tsar of Prussia, Lord Castlereagh, and the Duke of Wellington from England, Talleyrand, and France. These are the key members who attended this conference or the Congress of Vienna. Now, who took the initiative of this one? Duke Metternich, the Chancellor of Austria, took the initiative of conducting this Congress of Vienna. Now, why did they conduct this one? They conducted it after the defeat of Napoleon. All the heads of the major European countries came together and held a conference in 1815. Who all attended here? Here we have the list. The Emperor Francis I, the Metternich, the Tsar of Prussia, Lord Castlereagh, and the Duke Wellington from England, Talleyrand, and France. These are the key members who attended. Then, what was the agenda? Why did these all people gather here? The agenda principles were here as follows. You can see here, restoration and legitimacy. What were the guiding principles of Congress of Vienna? They were the restoration and legitimacy, balance of power and compensation, rewards and punishments. So these are the guiding principles of the agenda why the Congress of Vienna has been conducted. So the guiding values when we talk about the restoration and legitimacy, the rights of those rulers who have been deprived of their thrones and driven away by Napoleon should be re-established. So the main guiding principle here for the members of the Congress of Vienna are restoration and legitimacy. This is the first guiding principle. So according to this principle, they want to get back all the rulers who were deprived of their thrones by Napoleon, who were defeated by Napoleon, who were surrendered by Napoleon, who were sent away by Napoleon. They want all those people to be replaced back and re-establish them on their thrones. That was the first guiding principle. The second guiding principle was the balance of power and compensation. So balance of power and compensation, in that they want to bring the power of different countries should be balanced. If it is not balanced, again, what happens? Some other ruler like Napoleon can dethrone the existing rulers. So they don't want any threat from any country. So they want to balance the powers of the country. So no country could threaten the other one. No country could overgrow than the other country. This is one philosophy what they had, the balance of power and composition. Balance of power and compensation. They want to balance the power and compensation. So in the balance of power, what they are looking at is they want to balance the powers of the countries. They want to balance them. They don't want any country to go again powerful and threaten the other country, as it happened with Napoleon. So they want to balance the powers of all the countries. If necessary, reduce the powers. If necessary, give some additional help or military to the countries which are weak. But they want to balance the power. And they also are looking at compensation which has to be paid to the people or the countries who have lost due to Napoleon. Rewards and punishment. In rewards and punishment, it was decided that those states which helped the alliance against Napoleon should be compensated. The states or the countries which helped the alliance against Napoleon or in the process of defeating Napoleon should be compensated and helped. In actual implementation of the decisions of the Congress of Vienna, the Congress failed in several ways. One, in the principle of legitimacy and restoration was not applied in case of some states like Naples, Saxony, and Genoa. So the implementation of the Congress of Vienna decisions literally failed in many ways. One example to quote, the principle of legitimacy and restoration, what we took as a first foundational principle for the guiding value for this Congress, that was not applied in some states like Naples, Saxony, and Genoa. That's why historians feel that it has failed in implementing its decisions in many ways. Let us look at some other points now. The Congress of Vienna members who attended the conference or the Congress, as we told you earlier, were Emperor Francis I, Metternich, the Tsar of Prussia, Lord Castlereagh, and the Duke of Wellington from England, Talleyrand, and France. Now, the members who attended this Congress did not represent the common people. They did not represent the common people. At the same time, the Congress did not respect the ideas of equality, liberty, and fraternity. These are the two major drawbacks which led for the failure of the Congress of Vienna meeting. Why means they are not representing the common people. It was a time when common people started to grow powerful. It was a time of revolutions. That time they did not consider the ideas which were famous at that particular point of time, that is equality, liberty, and fraternity. In the Congress of Vienna meeting, when the leaders or the alliance members met after defeating Napoleon, when they decided that they are going to help each other, whoever helped to defeat Napoleon. So they all gathered in 1815 to discuss how to balance it and how to reward each other those who helped them to defeat Napoleon. They also went ahead, divided the parts, and handed over to their friends who have helped them in defeating Napoleon. Now, why is Congress of Vienna session so important? The Congress of Vienna session is so important because in Russian Revolution, it is clearly mentioned that due to the Congress of Vienna session post 1815, whatever governments are formed, those are against the interest and the will of the people, common people. In 1815, the members who all have met in the Congress of Vienna were nowhere representing the common people. Now you may get a doubt that in 1815, are there any democratic governments? No, of course, there are no democratic governments in 1815. But the point what we are talking here is in 1789 itself, the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity have emerged. They are being the main focus ideas in many countries. So these ideas are discussed widely at that particular point of time. Then the Congress which had after 25 years or 30 years, when you are having a meeting, to be precise and exact, let us say 1815, 15 years, and here 11, 26 years, means that is the time when it is the liberty, equality, and fraternity on a high rise. These are the common ideas which all the common people used to discuss, because it's a major victory of the common people to defeat the nobles and the clergy community. So all the common people used to adopt these ideas, used to take inspiration from these ideas. In that Congress of Vienna, 1815, these ideas are not respected, nor were taken into consideration, but they allotted the countries, the kingdoms. So they did not adopt to these ideas or they considered these ideas. They have given according to their wishes. That's where the Russian Revolution, the radicals, the liberals, want to overthrow the governments which are kept by the Congress of Vienna session leaders. They want to have a revolution to overthrow the governments which are installed after Congress of Vienna session. That's why the Congress of Vienna session details give us a clarity why the liberals and the radicals want to overthrow the governments which are established in 1815. So I hope you all have understood what is the Congress of Vienna session, why the liberals want to, the radicals want to overthrow the existing governments which are formed after 1815. In simple words, after 1815, whichever governments are placed or kept in power, they were against the interests of the public. No common man's ideas are respected. Equality, liberty, and fraternity were not taken into consideration. That is the reason why the radicals and the liberals want to overthrow the existing governments after 1815 in 19th century. Please, if you have any doubts, feel free and comment below. Definitely I will try to reach you for your doubts. Thank you very much for all the subscribers whom I am getting. Thank you very much. And if you need any other help, you can definitely comment us in the sections. So thank you very much for all those who are watching and sparing your valuable time. Thank you.